Hello, you're welcome once again to this channel. This is Abia Joshua Johnson live in the Wealthy Mind channel. I will be going straight away into our course for today, which is the trading basics. I will be covering all you need to know about trading. Now this is for those who you've been looking at getting into trading. You want to be a trader. Maybe you're looking for just that extra side hustle, that extra source of income that can just be adding a few little dollars to your account, or you're looking at taking this seriously. You want to be a pro trader. Now this course is for you, because we'll be looking at all of the tips you need to know in developing the right skills to becoming a pro trader. Now, some persons are skeptical when they hear trading, and I was one of them myself. I could remember several years ago, I don't want to hear about trading because I just had this negative concept about trading. I just felt it's a place where you go in and you lose money, because I've seen several persons who lose money in trading. Not until some years back, about 3-4 years ago, when a friend introduced me to trading, and then for the very first time I saw the potential in trading, and I saw that you can actually genuinely build a huge source of income from trading. The beautiful thing is you can do this at the comfort of your home without going through the 9-to-5 grind on a daily basis, but you could do this at the comfort of your home with any electronic gadget you have, be it your smartphone, your tablet, your iPad, your laptop, whatsoever electronic gadget you have. So long it's connected to the internet, you can be a trader. Now you can be a day trader, that's those who get into the market daily and you exit the markets every day, or you could be a swing trader. These are those who get into the market and allow their trades to go on longer, beyond a day, maybe for 3 days, 1 week, or even as long as a month. We have swing traders. Now there are different aspects to trading. There are different things you can trade on, but before going into the different things you can trade on, let's talk a little bit about trading. What exactly is trading? Now I get this question a lot from most of my students, and one thing I tell them is trading is as old as man itself. Right from the word go, there has always been trading. Trading is all about, it's just basically buying and selling of goods and services. Basically, you buy, some other person is selling, or you're selling, some other person is buying. But now we are looking at trading in the electronic space, trading digital assets, trading electronic assets, things that are not just, now you're not just going to a physical market to buy goods to receive it, but you're buying assets over the internet electronically. Now that's the trading we are referring to, and there are different things you could trade on. The very first, which we'll be looking at here, is Forex. Now Forex is at the top there because it's actually the largest market, is actually the largest trading market currently as we know it. Because in the Forex market we have over $5 trillion being traded every single day. When I mean $5 trillion, I mean the volume of money being, the volume of transactions being done on a daily basis is about $5 trillion. You have persons buying assets, you have those who are selling, and this is being done by, you have the major market movers. These are persons who come into the market with huge sums of cash. We are talking about billions of dollars. We are looking at hedge funds, large banks, conglomerates. These are market movers. They are coming in with real huge sums of cash. And then we have the retail traders, which most of us, the category which most of us fall into. Tell persons, even if you are trading with as much as $1 million, you still are not up to a market mover. You are just a retail trader. So those who are trading with $1 million, $100,000, $10,000, or $1,000, or even $100, Those are just the retail traders. And the beautiful thing about trading is you can get started with as little as $100. You can get started and start off trading. Now the Forex, what exactly is the Forex? Forex, it's just a short form of foreign exchange. Foreign exchange means you're exchanging international currencies. You are trading on international currencies. You are trading on different currencies of different countries. For instance, let's look at the Nigerian naira and let's look at the United States dollar. If someone is trading these two currency pairs, say the United States dollar against the Nigerian naira, you're looking at it and you say, okay, by the end of today, currently the US dollar is trading at $1, is trading at 400 naira currently. As I'm making at the time of doing this video, the US dollar is trading at $1 against 400 naira. Now if I say, okay, by the end of today, if I'm a day trader for instance, I say by the end of today, the Nigerian naira is going to appreciate in value. What that means is, if I'm trading that against the United States dollar, I'll decide to buy more of the Nigerian naira because I believe that by the end of the day, it's going to appreciate in value. I can decide to purchase more of the Nigerian naira as against purchasing the US dollar. And if by the end of the day, my predictions are correct and I look and the Nigerian naira has appreciated in value, that means I've made some profits. Now the extent to which this appreciation is made, that's the extent of profit I can make. Or if maybe my predictions weren't correct and by the end of the day the United States dollar appreciated while the Nigerian naira depreciated, then I'm going to say by the end of the day I've had a bad trade because I'm going to be in some deficit or some loss. So the extent to which the Nigerian naira depreciates, that's the extent of loss I would have incurred. But of course, as we move on, we'll see how well to improve on your chances of success and how well to limit your extent of losses when getting into the market. But remember, this is just the basic class for you to just know the basics of trading. What and what does it entail to be a trader? Now, aside of Forex, we also have the stocks. The stock market. The stock market is one other huge market where you have billions of dollars being traded on a daily basis. Statistics have it that the New York Stock Exchange trades an average of $250 billion on a given day, on a daily basis. Now, you have lots of companies trading their stocks. Stocks is just trading their shares, their share values. Most companies, once you've grown a company to a sizable volume, you can decide to go public. Now, what does it mean by going public? When the company decides to go public is when the company decides to sell its shares. If you grow your company to a point where you want to raise money now from the public, the company can decide to go public by selling its shares to the public. So you have public coming in to buy the shares of that company. And when the company makes profit, then the dividends is shared amongst the investors of that company. And the value of the company most times is traced to the value of the shares. As the company appreciates in terms of annual revenue, that's proportional to the rate at which the share value of that company appreciates. So the stock of a company also appreciates because daily you have several investors, people buying into the company. Once they are bringing in new money, that's the revenue of the company is also increasing. Same way, the revenue of the company can diminish when people sell off their shares. If you have 1,000 shares of this company and you decide, you feel that no, this company, with the way it's going, I think this company is going to be going belly up, I want to sell off all of my shares. When the shares of a company or the stock of a company is sold out, then the value depreciates. Of course, you know normal economics, laws of demand and supply. When there is much supply of any commodity, the value always what? drops. But when there is more demand, so many persons want to purchase that commodity, the value of that commodity always appreciates. So that's stocks. We'll see how can you trade in stocks as well. Wherever you are, every country, there are several great stocks, several companies that are doing well, that you can purchase some stocks of that company, and as the company grows, you also grow with it. All right, so that's that about stock. Now next we'll be looking at will be crypto. Crypto is like the new kid in the block, but it's already causing some serious waves in the market, giving so many persons a whole bunch of cash. Well, there are some persons that have the opinion that the glory days of cryptocurrencies is behind us. Reason being that we saw some major dip in the cryptocurrency market just a year or 2 years back, because the cryptocurrency rose so well in 2016, 2017. We have coins like Bitcoin rising to way above $20,000 before it dipped drastically. Right now, Bitcoin, it's about $5,000 to a Bitcoin. Now, what they failed to understand was that when Bitcoin was like the first major cryptocurrency that became, that was like a successful project. The early days of Bitcoin, at about 2009 or so, when it was just the beginning days, one Bitcoin was less than 10 cents, or was just about 10 cents. But imagine the value of Bitcoin rising to $1, $2, $10, $100, over $1,000, and even getting to as much as $20,000 before dipping down to $5,000. So even if you check where it is right now, comparing it to where it was in 2009 or 2010, you will see that it has done over 10,000% profit. And we have several other cryptocurrencies. You have Ethereum, you have Ripple, you have all of these coins that you can profit in. And one thing people fail to understand is that just like crypto, all assets that you can trade in, there is no single asset that we've listed here that just has a one straight way traffic, that it can only just keep going up or it can just keep going down. No, these things they fluctuate. And what makes a good trader is the ability to understand the market, to be able to make profit whether the asset is in a rise or is in a dip. So you want to learn the skills to help you make profit from whichever direction the market moves. So just to note, you can also trade and make some reasonable good amount of profit trading cryptocurrencies. There are traders that just focus on trading cryptocurrencies, or you can look and trade all other things. Well, we also have the futures or the options, and that's another area where you could specialize in trading. I listed this year options and looked at binary because so many persons look at binary options. In fact, for so many traders who trade the Forex market, they often start off trading binary options. Binary options, it's similar to Forex. The only difference is that in Forex, your trades are not limited by time, in that you can exit the market whenever you please. Whereas in binary options, when you place a trade, it's already predetermined. You define the time limit of that trade. Now, once you enter a market trading binary options, for instance, you say, or in the next 10 minutes, the value of the US dollar would be higher than the value of, say, the British pounds, and then you enter the market. And if by the end of 10 minutes, immediately after 10 minutes, the trade stops. So you already, the time frame of that trade is already predetermined before the trade begins. That's how binary options work. Also, the profit is predetermined. So what I mean by it being, by the profit being predetermined, is that, let's take for instance, it's a 10-minute trade you want to get into, and you say, if I take on this trade in 10 minutes from now, the price of USD is going to be higher than the price of the British pounds, for instance. Now, Before entering the trade, the profit you are going to get, if your prediction is correct, it's already stipulated. Most brokers give an average of 75% or 80%, and they say if your prediction is correct, you're going to be in profit of 80% or 75%, as the case may be. Well, we'll go into the skill set in our next video. This is just the basics for you to understand very well the different aspects that you can trade. But the key thing over here, you see that skill plus emotion prepares you for success. And remember, this is the Wealthy Mind channel, and it's all about the mind lift. You want to work on your mind, you want to give you exactly the skills required to trade profitably in all of these assets. Because without acquiring the skills, and we have so many persons that just go into the market without the right skill set, and they hit dead ends, and they come out and say, it's not working, you can't make profit. But friends, I tell you, there is a huge fortune in there that you could milk the market on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and you can build a fortune for yourself. Who knows? So in subsequent videos, you'll be receiving skill sets, several tips on how to profit from the market, be it the forex market or in stocks, in crypto, in options. All of that, you'll be having the right skill set. And note, it's not just about the skill. We have so many skilled traders but do not have control over their emotions, and without having the right control over your emotions, you can't make success. But skill plus emotion gives you success. Remember, success and failure, it's all in your mind. Thank you very much. Tune in to the next video, and let's make success together. Thanks.